Hello, in this video we will discuss about the Wnt beta-catenin pathway. So this is a highly conserved pathway through evolution and regulates key cellular function including proliferating, differentiation, migration and genetic stability, apoptosis and stem cell renewal. So in this way, basically it is the control, and basically it is the cell proliferation. For example, the stem cell will proliferate into the immune cell or other type of cell, which that is the developmental time. So that is why it is the WNT beta catenin pathway is very important. Let's begin to understand that is very important topic. So the Wnt beta-catenin is two types, the canonical and non-canonical. So here we will discuss about the canonical, and just for understanding that is very important for the cell proliferation. But in the case of, in this way, summary of role of Wnt beta-catenin pathway in cancer, ongoing therapeutic strategies involving this pathway. So in this way, basically it is also the cancer causing problem due to the Wnt beta-catenin pathway. So let's begin to understand. So first of all, we should understand about the discovery, and this NUS, NUSSE and Warmus discovered the component of a Wnt beta-catenin pathway in 1982. So in 1982, it will discovered it had discovered by these two scientists. So this basically is the major general mechanism is for Wnt molecule will bind with the Wnt receptor, so it will proliferate to the different cells on the basis of the requirement. For example, the immune cell proliferation, the monocyte will convert into the macrophage or other things, which that is very important. And this proliferate, differentiate and renewal stem cell, and this is very important. Renewal stem cell means the stem cell will also divide itself is very important. So here is a person which that's contain tissue, and this tissue is contain cell. So here I am drawing the plasma membrane of one cell for understanding the Wnt beta-catenin pathway. So this is the plasma membrane, bilayer of phospholipid, and inside is the cytoplasm, while the outside is the extracellular space. So here is the receptor. This is the Wnt receptor LRP also, and here is a phosphorylated site, and this is basically here we will discuss cytoplasm inside. So let's begin to understand that is very important. Here is the Wnt molecule will be bind. After the binding with the Wnt molecule, or some can be a molecule Wnt. Here I am donating the Wnt. So here is a ZNRF3 is the basically part, and here is the Wnt on state we will discuss, and here is we will discuss about the Wnt off state. So what is the difference between them, between both part we will discuss here. So here is the phosphorylated site. After the phosphorylation, the Wnt will be bind. So this way the Wnt on state we will discuss first. So here is the inactive GSK3 beta, glycogen synthase kinase 3 beta, and in this way it will be phosphorylation. After the phosphorylation, the beta-catenin will be released. After the releasing of the beta-catenin we will discuss, and here is the APC is the adenomatous polyposis coli, and here is the adenomatous polyposis coli, and this is the Wnt molecule. So that is very important here, and you need to understand. Here is the beta-catenin will be released, and there are many beta-catenin which that is accumulate. After the accumulation into the cytoplasm, it will target to the DNA into the nucleus through a nuclear pore. So here is the bilayer of phospholipid of nucleus and the nuclear pore, and here is the black color showing the TCF or LEF. T cell factor, lymphoid enhancer factor 1. So what is the meaning of this? This is the T cell effector, and this basically is bind with the beta catenin, bind with this TCF or LEF. After the binding, it will be went trigger the gene's transcription. So after the transcription to produce messenger RNA, so it is known as the transcription. Due to the DNA will produce the messenger RNA through this mechanism, because the beta catenin is triggering the production of messenger RNA on the basis of requirement. So these messenger RNA will go in outside from the nucleus into the cytoplasm. After going to the outside, so after go into the outside, the translation will be occur. After the polysome formation, the ribosome, smaller subunit and larger subunit will be bind, and transfer RNA will translate the messenger RNA to produce protein, and this protein can be proliferation, differentiation, and renewal stem cell. And in this way, basically it is the different cells which that is important lead to proliferation, but sometime it will be over proliferate, and that will lead to cause cancer. So on the other hand, here is the paracylation inactivation tankyrase enzyme, and in this way it is used for the inhibition of axin, and after the inhibition of the axin basically will lead to beta catenin accumulation and signaling molecules. So this is the signaling molecule. And on the other hand, here is the went off state will be occur when the phosphorylation will be not occur. So the phosphorylated site will not occur with the active GSK3 beta, glycogen synthase kinase 3 beta. So after this, the beta catenin will be proteasomal degradation will be occur due to the active GSK3 beta, which that is used for the degradation. While here is the vent binding, the freezer receptor will be inhibited due to the ZNRF3, and this ZNRF3 will be degradation due to the vent 5A is suppressor, and dietary compound genistein protein is are present in the soybean, which that will be inhibited. So the study shows that. While here is a freezed antibodies is used for the chemotherapeutic agent, which that will be inhibit the freezed receptor. After the inhibition, so the vent will not bind with the freezer receptor. After this not binding with the freezer receptor, so that means the beta catenin will be degrade. So here is another inhibitor is the vent soluble receptor inhibitor is the OMP54F28, which that will inhibit the vent molecule. So after the inhibition, it will not bind. So in this way, the further cascade of the phosphorylation as well as beta catenin accumulation will not occur. So when the beta catenin will be accumulate, so the inhibitor can be the COX inhibitors, which that is used for the inhibition of the beta catenin for the prevention of the cancer. So on the other hand, here is important the PORCN inhibitor, which that will inhibit the vent palmitolization. So the palmitoyl fatty acid basically will not bind, and in this way the efflux of the vent molecule will not occur. So in this way basically it will be inhibited by this inhibitor, the PORCN inhibitor. So what is the meaning of this? What is the vent beta catenin? Let's begin to understand with this. I want to try to understand the beta catenin tumor cell. So first of all, here is the CBR1 inhibitor, which that will inhibit the CBC, because the CBC is the major trigger for the beta catenin binding with the TCF. So on the other hand, here is the beta catenin tumor cell, which that after the binding with the tumor cell with the vent molecule, after it will proliferate, and it will lead to ATF3 enhancing mechanism, and in this way the enhancement will proliferate and produce the CCL4 in the dendritic cell decrease, while the CD103 is the another will activate, and the CCL4 production will be inhibit, and in this way the CD8 T cell effector T cell will be proliferation decrease, activation will be decreased, and infiltration will be decreased. So that is why it will be CD8 T cell. CD8 T cell is used for the cytotoxic T lymphocyte, which that will use for the tumor containing cell. So that will cancer causing cell will be not killed through a CD8 T cell, because the proliferation will be decreased due to the recognition by the dendritic cell will be lack. While here is the interleukin 1 beta will produce, and snail soluble factor soluble factor produce of event regulated, and that will basically is the produce the interleukin 6 due to the tumor associated macrophage, and this tumor associated macrophage will produce interleukin 6 increase, and in this way basically tumor associated macrophage will be increase, and this interleukin 1b will be increased from the tumor associated macrophage, which that lead to beta catenin tumor cell will be increased, enhanced. So on the other hand, the survival of the FOXP3 T cell is a T regulatory cell will be survive, and in this way the regulation will be occur, and in this way the tumor will be, progress due to the T cell, that the T regulatory cell will be maintain the tumor. So while here is the Wnt beta catenin pathway involvement in several malignancies, for several cancer, for example the colorectal cancer, gastrointestinal cancer, desmoid cancer, and breast cancer, adrenocortical cancer, and melanoma. So thanks for watching. This was the Wnt beta catenin pathway, which that is associated with the cancer causing signaling molecule. So thanks. Bye.